I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Okay, so the video you just saw is a sneak peek into what we are going to be talking about today on our Facebook live chat. The topic, body image and self-esteem, is a barely held conversation when it comes to boys because the society believes by default that boys are meant to be courageous, strong, not meant to voice their concerns or man up, like we usually should say. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome my guests. First, we have Yezid Olanose. He's a computer scientist and also is a youth representative. And I would like to appreciate him because we had for agreeing to come on board for this session because we had challenges getting adolescent males to come and share their personal experiences. Hello, Yazid. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. Then my second guest, because today is quite different though. I have two guests simultaneously. So my second guest, she's my personal person. She's my sister, and she's my wafi mama. She is Dr. Waimi Rikuwa Origoye, popularly known as Dr. Wayons. She is a pediatrician and she's very passionate about adolescent and youth health and development. Hello. Area, how you not doing now? How you not doing? We
She's
can't hear
muted.
you. How you not doing now? How your side be?
She's muted. She has
Oh,
to unmute herself.
oh, unmute
Okay.
yourself. Yes. How you not doing now?
I do. Area day. We just the lalas.
How your side be? How your side be?
Our side do. How your side? How your side?
Oh, I do for COVID-19 and oh. I do. Nothing do you now, nothing do
Ah.
you. Thanks for agreeing to come on board. I'm so excited. So for those that have just joined us, thank you. Our conversation is about body image and self-esteem in adolescent boys. So I'll be starting with Yezid. Yeah, because I think he's the yes. So the first question, hello Yezid, can you hear
Hello,
me?
I can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Cool. So the first question I have for you is what was your reaction when you started noticing physical body changes? And how did you get the needed information and support during that process?
Um, my reaction then was kind of mixed in a way because I was looking forward to it, and also the way my growth came about was just so rapid. So it was, it just hit me in a way because there were some changes. I had friends that were kind of older than me then, so I was always eager to like, oh, me too, I want to be like this now. I have to have this muscle and so. But then I didn't I didn't notice the change very fast. It just might be like, wow, is it you're already having this, you're already having that. And about getting up, I did not really get the up like in a way of like discussing with someone. But then luckily around the time I kind of have this phone, so I just go like why am I having this? Why is this changes of me? Why is this? So that's like the way I kind of just find out more about like that's where I got the help from Sha. It's,
Yeah, I can imagine how you felt when those changes were just coming. Like, okay, yes, what is going on? What are you sure you are fine? Are you sure you are okay? So thank you for that. So I'll just quickly ask Dr. Wayom, like, okay, let's understand what is body image and what is self-esteem.
Okay, so body image is how your body is, how we are created, who we are, like our body, our face, our chest, everything about our eyes, nose, breast, all of that. So that's our body image. Self esteem is how you value yourself.
Hmm.
More like this body that you have, how do you value it? How do you carry it? How do you in your whole mind reflect your body? So that's what self-esteem and body image, they're kind of related, because if you're not able to have a good body image, you're not able to accept the body that you have, you'll not be able to have a good self-esteem.
Okay, so just to summarize, it means body image is what I see physically. It's more of physical, but
Yes,
self-esteem goes beyond that. In the
yes,
mind,
yes,
value, worth, and all of that.
yes.
Amazing. That is good. That is good. So I'll ask Yezi now. What challenges did you experience during your adolescence and puberty? Like, what were those challenges that were that you went through?
okay. I think the main one was the way I compare myself with others and think of how other people are looking at me. So because during that period, for sure there were changes, my look and my body, everything. Okay, and for sure then the way I look at myself was different. I will always look at myself like I'm not up to. So anything I do, and even when I'm going out, I just kind of I'm always worried like, oh, I always look at people's eyes like with style like, is this person looking at me? What's this person thinking of? Like, how is this boy? So I think that's like the main challenges I had then. And then talking about it, like there's no I don't talk a lot with people, even with family, like about those changes, like in my house. So I did not really have like I don't talk about it. So I think those like I mean, so I'm just floating by myself. Any changes like I just carry it over by myself. Those are the challenges. At the
Okay. That sounds like you were just you couldn't voice out. That sounds like a mix of being ashamed, so to speak, confused, and like, okay, let me just carry my cross myself and just bottle it up. And
yeah,
uh,
I know
and
like
that is basically the essence of why we are having this conversation, so that parents and teachers or community members can understand what adolescents go through. Really, it's not easy. It's not really easy. It's a very turbulent period. So with that comments, I'll just move on again to Dr. Williams. What are the common problems associated with body image and self-esteem in boys? How does it manifest? And luckily, Yezi has said some of the things invariably, but I want you to dwell more on this. And then, are they usually different from what girls experience?
Interesting question, and I would say, excuse the background noise. I would say what Yezid said it's not wrong. It's basically majority of what it is. So when adolescent boys are growing up, it's a lot more different from the girls are worried about, oh, my period, oh, how do I look? This. They think they are the only ones that actually have that feeling. They think that, oh, I'm the only one concerned about my body. But boys, because our society tends, you are becoming a man. You are becoming a man. This is how a man is supposed to be. So our parents or the society has painted a kind of image for the future man or for the future teenager or for the future young adult, and say this is how you're supposed to look like. As a man, you're supposed to have muscles. As a certain age, you're supposed to have beds. So those are the common problem that society has made a perception for a young boy and say this is how you're supposed to be. Your voice is supposed to have deepened by 15 years. But at 17, he still has that his very young voice, and they start teasing him. So there's this ego. Boys like to compete among themselves. who is taller, who has broader chest. So that competition is one factor. So there's competition to be better than every other person. And because they are seeing the girls as competition, as in if I'm the tallest, the girls will appreciate me. Then there's that struggle of my body is not right, my body is not being the way it's supposed to be at the right time. So you have competition, you have societal perceptions that are troubling us. Also, you have bullying. Somebody may be bullying the
Mm.
boys to say, "Oh, you are like this. Omokekere, you are small. You be smally. You be this." So the boys start feeling, okay, when am I going to be big? When am I going to be like this? When am I going to have this? So those are the problems that boys face. Girls, on the other hand, they are more. It is more of, oh, I'm not beautiful. Oh, my hair is not like this. My hair is not straight. Oh, how can I? Boys also struggle. It's a little different because boys, as though you don't cry, you are supposed to be a
Yeah.
man. You're not supposed
Mm-hmm.
to express emotions. So those
Mm-hmm.
societal things are what causes the problem. A girl is supposed to cry. The only thing that we'll be telling her is that she's more concerned, I'm not fine enough. Oh, you are not a fine girl. You're not see a man to marry. That has his own issue. But boys are told to man up. And that man up can make them so tough. A guy will want to express his emotions, but may not be able to express emotion because he's told that as a boy, you cannot show your emotions. So it's a lot different for them. It's just that we don't talk about it a lot. We are more concerned about the girls.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. So can you even have mental? Can it degenerate to having mental issues? Maybe depression, anxiety, or something?
Oh yes, it can. It can. It's because we are more focused on the girls. For any enough, we focus more on the girls, but we want the men to rule the society. We've said the girls should be like this. We say the girls should be like this, but we end up that the girls should be in the kitchen. We pay so much attention to the girl child, but at the end of the day, we leave the men or the boys who are supposed to be the men, who are supposed to be the one in quote society, and said, "You are the society. You are the one in charge of society." So there's a lot of mental pressure. Bullying has mental anxiety. Oh, at 17, I have not at 17, I'm not tall, I'm not 6 feet tall. The boys start having anxiety. Oh, I've not started having beds. Like, oh, my friends have started having beards and all that. Also, a boy at 17 or 18 is still struggling with his pimples. He's still struggling. So he start having that low self-esteem. And if he does not accept his body the way the body is, if at that young age he's not able to say, "Oh, I love my body, I value my body, this is how I was created," growth is stage by stage. There's going to be mental problems, there's going to be depression, there's going to be anxiety, there's now going to be low self-esteem. So
Hmm.
that already is a mental, already compounds your mental problem. So those are the mental issues that are going to happen.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So for those that are just joining us, we are talking about body image and self-esteem in adolescent boys. And this we do, like Dr. Wayom said, we don't usually talk about boys. We talk about girls, but we want our girls to turn out right. So how do we protect the girls if we are not talking about boys? So for those that are just joining, thank you so much. Then I'll move on to Yazid again. I have another question for you. When it comes to body image and self-esteem, how did you see yourself when compared to your peers, either in the community or in school?
Um, in terms of body, I was not really okay. I was not really compared to others. I think I was the one that did more of the comparison by myself. Like I'm the one that I just look at this person and be like, wow, look at this person. But others, my like for example now, my family, my parents, they don't really do that. Nobody, they just like they don't talk about okay, look at this person, look at this. But I'm the one that does it mostly. I look out like okay, I look at this person. Guys, it's not really done to me. I'm the one that does it myself mostly. So I think.
Okay. I think he was lucky. Let's just say he was, I don't know, maybe he was lucky in a way. I don't know what Dr. Williams has to say about that. And so that means he had a bit of control on what was
Yeah, but I want to ask him a question. How did you feel when you were comparing yourself, like you were doing the comparison? Were you feeling like, oh, you are not enough, or were you feeling like, oh, I'm okay, I'm doing well, or oh my God, I'm better than this person, or at least I'm trying. How are you feeling?
Okay, I think to that question, there were stages. Okay, there was a time that when I do that comparison, it was mostly mainly about like, oh, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. Like, this person has this person is better looking, this person is that, this person is that. And then, well, later on, I think with time, I just kind of figured it out. Like, I was able to control the way I think about it mostly. So it turned out to, I'm okay. It turned out to, okay, I'm okay now. This is okay now. I built on it. Then, okay, there was also, okay, at the moment where I was actually getting myself like feeling better, like feeling good about the way I look at myself. There was also a time that there were lapses that I was also even the one to like, so you're even better than this person.
Hmm.
Then so it was a struggle of all in front and back. Yeah, I was like everyone going for up and forward. So, but then I also had to correct myself back and be like, just it's not good. Since I don't want to look at someone if I be like, I feel bad, then that means I should not really be looking. So I think that is
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of internal struggle
yeah the point.
going back and forth, like, okay, then finally you figure it out, okay, I think this is what I want, and then you were able
That
to
control
help.
my
So
thoughts.
yes, so the next question before because I'll still go back to Dr. Williams. Another question I have for you is were you in any way affected by, I think you've already said something about it, but in terms of what is projected about ideal body image, on social media, TV, in the society,
Uh,
was it out? What did it in any way affect you? If yes, in what ways did it affect you, and what did you do to overcome it?
um, I would say at a time I was affected by it for sure because it was around everyone. You just see like, oh, this is the body, like what people are actually looking at. Well, this is what people see as oh, this is the perfect, this is the good way, this that. I think, and the way I overcome it was, I think one of the things that helped me, it was actually got better like the way I look myself mainly when I entered university because then I had new friends. Okay, and this new set of friends are the one that they actually speak of. Like they look at me like, is it you're looking good now? Is it this is that? They
Hmm.
talk about more. Okay, this is my new circle. When they see how you dress or how you look, I now see people that actually talk about my body like, is it? You look good. I like this. Then I have a friend that then okay, I grew up bulky at the point that I started having more fat or weight. And I have this friend is slender, he doesn't have nobody. And he will be like, is it if I just have this your kind of a little bit of weight, blah blah. I mean then I'll be like, guy, you are the one that has this kind of body stature that any trousers, any shirt, it just look good on you. So
And
that
you,
kind of scenario kind of helped me. I'll be like, wow, someone wants what I want, and you know, everybody
yeah,
needs. I think that is one of
yeah.
the things.
That's funny. I think we all have those issues, but it's commoner when during the adolescence, like when you are going through a lot of changes. But I think you were lucky. I picked something from what you said in terms of having a positive circle of influence. You had your friends who kept giving you positive comments about your way. You look good, and that I believe that in a way invariably affected you mentally to look at yourself like, oh, I'm this good, I'm this. It really affected you. So I think in essence, what I'm trying to say is like having a positive circle of influence matters to a lot for adolescents. Your friends, your family members, your community. And thank you for that. So I'll just move on again back to Dr. Williams. Now, as a pediatrician and a public health professional, how often do you get to see boys that are having issues with body image and self-esteem? And I know also you work with the Community Girls Project. You have boys on board too. So how often do you interact? Do you have such cases where they have challenges with their body issues or body image and self-esteem? And do they, aside that, do they even want to talk or show up or talk about it?
So actually, we don't really have boys. Like I said at the beginning, we focus more on girls, girls, girls. It's a good thing, it's not a bad thing because of the way our society is. But
Yes.
the way we've done the men are the pillars of the society, we tend to forget about the young boys. So no one is actually training or equipping or mentoring or coaching the young boys. So for instance, I'll use this example. For instance, if he had not found that positive circle in the university, he will be going back and forth, back and forth,
Yes.
back and forth. So the thing is, even as a pediatrician, it's just recently I started having boys open up about how they feel because of what I do based on Dr. Rayom's. Yeah, I just have few boys who come and tell me, Doc, this is how it is, this is how I'm feeling, this is how it is. And they are not even adolescents. They are people in their 20s, almost approaching their 30s, their late 20s.
Wow. Wow.
So we don't talk about it that much. And the few times you see boys talk about it, they shy away because they feel it's not something you're supposed to talk about. Men don't express their emotion. Even my brother, it's hard for my brother to come and start telling you about what is going on in his life or how he's feeling or what he thinks about his body or anything. Because we are told that man up, man up, man up, which is not a good thing. We rarely have boys who will come and tell you, oh, this is how I feel. Men don't express their emotions. Society say, shut it down. You are a man. Don't be emotional. Don't be this. Don't be that. So, in my experience, very few boys get to talk, which is not very good for us.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So, as a follow-up question, I don't know, that's a big challenge, really. Maybe that's why well, I won't want to say I'm a bit biased, maybe because I have a girl and I have a boy, and I want both of them to have equal access to the right thing. Maybe that's why I'm also passionate about ensuring boys have access as well to the right information and the right nurturing. So now I want to ask you, how do we enhance access to care for adolescent boys, because they seem to be going through a lot and as if they are left to sort it out on their own. So how do we ensure access for them?
Okay, let's use the social ecological way. It's a big grammar. Let's break it down to our level. So individually, let's start from the community that we are. Our home is the basic place. So parents should stop saying, "Oh, now the girl child is winning everything about the girl child, so I'll focus only on the girl child." The girl child is sometimes the focus on the girl child is the wrong reason. You want the girl child to get married, make sure that she's in her husband's house, and that's the end. She gives birth to grandchildren for you. That's the end. The boy, on the other hand, they're saying the boy should man up, get a job, start, and then marry, and then life goes on for him. You're not talking about what goes through the boy's mind, how the boy is going to go through all those processes, the pain he's going to go through, the failures when he's not going to have a job, when he fails his exam. So starting from the parents, let's swap the way we think. Everybody's going to have equal opportunities. So parents need to remove that biased mentality and start saying, I'm going to give my daughter and my son the same opportunity. The same way I ask my daughter, how are you? Show wow, how you do, how your body, any boy talking to you. It's the same way I'm going to talk to my boy and say, how are you? Hope you are fine. Any girl that you like, you got that kind of, so the same way you're putting eye if one man is following the girl, it's the same way you should put an eye on your son and say, are you catching feelings for a girl? The same way you are telling the girl that she should be cautious, she should be respectful to her elders, that is the same way you should do that. Then let's move forward. The next set of persons is your community, religious organizations, church or mosque or anything. What are you teaching? Are you still teaching that the boy is here, you are a man up, close your emotion, you are the man of the house? Because most times at 16, 17, you start hearing parents say, you are the man of the house. So, but what does it take? What do I need to be the man of the house? What do I
Precisely.
need? What do I need? Do I need respect? Do I need integrity? Do I need to learn these things? Or am I the man of the house, meaning I can do as I like? Does it mean that I can smoke? Does it mean I am entitled to anything? So I have the entitlement syndrome. So churches, mosques, whatever belief system you have, you need to start using that to teach them. Bible will say, train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. What are you training your child? What are you teaching the children when they go out? When they're in school, what are you teaching them? Are you giving more preference to the girls, or are you giving more preference and say, oh, you're a boy? You don't need all this kind of things. So school, church, mosque, all those places they need to start manning up. We then move on to local
Hmm.
government or state government. What do you have in place? We have so many girl child. I'm sorry to say this. We have so many girl child foundations, so many things going on with girl child, so many
Precisely.
feminism, blah blah blah, African feminism, feminists, I'm a this, I'm a that. But we are forgetting the boys. Whether what
Yes.
we are doing is we are saying we are mansplaining, we are doing this for them. But these boys, they need help. They say
Yes.
they are the man of the house. The man of the house means shut up to the woman, serve me food. They see their parents do the same. So if there's no mentor, that's how they will grow up. So sorry, there are so many female organizations. Yes, the girl child has that problem, but the boy child also has his own issues. Let us talk to them. Let us have safe places for them where they come and talk. Things like that. That goes on to national level, making policies for boys. The boy child is crucial. Do you need exchange program? Do you need apprenticeship for the boy? How's the boy going to be the man of the house? He doesn't have a job. He has graduated. He doesn't even know what he's supposed to do as a career. But there's no guidance. Are there policies that support, okay, as a boy, this and this? Well, some countries, as a boy, if you are 16, then you go and serve in the army. That is what the government does. Do we have policies like that in Nigeria? Do we have policies that favor the boy child, education wise, health wise, environment wise? Those things. So, but the main problem or the main root of where we can start solving our problem is from the home. Parents,
Hmm.
praise your child. Parents, encourage your child. Don't just say, oh, you're a man. I like what you did. Oh, you start giving him all the appellations, but you are not equipping the child. So
Yes.
let us start from there. From there, you spread into school, into other organizations.
Then yes. See, I said then because we're about to say
so,
Ile
so
Latin Road Day. Yeah, it has to start from the home, from the basics. We have to start from the basics. And I corroborate what you said. I keep wondering this. They say females are vulnerable. They are vulnerable. They are vulnerable to sexual assault. They are vulnerable to rape. So who is making them vulnerable? The boys. Unfortunately, we are not even paying attention to the boys. So how do we reduce that vulnerability if you are not if you are not focusing on the root causes of the vulnerability? So I agree with what you said. We need to, as we are focusing on girls, focusing on boys, they have challenges a lot. Low self-esteem, even in families, for instance, we do some things that are very funny. Some tribes are used to, they can abuse, they abuse you from head to toe. A child is going through adolescence and you're abusing they will abuse you from head to toe. All those seemingly subtle banters that we throw, it goes a long way to diminish our children's self-esteem. It
self-esteem,
damages
yes.
it a lot, that destroys them up till adulthood. So those things are very, very, I agree with you. We start from home. I agree with you. So I'll move on to Yezid now. You just crossed the adolescent stage. Yeah, you just crossed the adolescent stage. So I would ask you, like, what advice do you have for boys regarding developing the right body image and self-esteem?
Um, I think one of the main okay. Firstly, we have to have a way of controlling our thinking. So if you decide, you have to make a decision like, okay, I have to change the way I look at myself. For sure, there will be time where your thoughts will just have these thoughts and be like, what's happening now? You are not up to this, blah blah, or look at the way I'm looking. So you have to find a way of controlling it. Don't Me personally, what I do is when I'm thinking of like, oh, is it, what's this now? What's this, see that. I always caution myself back, like, you have to change. I don't have to think much about it. I just curve myself back. And I also have a way, like, someone told me, Sha, is the way I think of things mostly. I Most of the time I put myself in the middle. Like, as I said earlier, I always believe that I agreed. Okay, I agree that there will always be better people ahead of me, but as usual, there are always someone that I'm way more than behind. So I kind of, most of the time when I'm thinking of like, Yazid, you are not up to this. then I look at the people behind me. Like I kind of just like for sure there's someone that is not up to this level that I am. Okay. And also when I'm already thinking like okay, I'm so it's just kind of a way I just kind of move myself and just balance myself in between and be like okay, yeah, okay, you are okay, there's someone better than you, but also there's also someone that's better than, and I okay, that way can also be negative, but I try as much as possible to just balance in between. And also you have I have for sure, as I said, so when I entered university, I was grateful to have a new set of friends
Friends.
because the way I grew up, we don't really talk about stuffs. Just call like, okay, you understand now. You understand now. What do I have to talk about it? But then the new friends that I have, they talk a lot. Like they talk about this thing. So that was just being on the call with my friend, and be like, is it? I don't smile before, and the way it got to a point I was like, I always find a way I just frown, be like I don't show emotion, like at least that in that way, there's no way you get to know me or want something like that. But with time, this my friends, they'll be like, for sure when a friend cracks you up, you have to smile. And then they start like, is it, I like the way you smile, oh, is it blah blah blah. So those kind of things, they just kind of like just build up, and a way is all for sure. It's kind of hits you and be like, wow. So is this is at the beginning it start like, is this a joke? Is this person, you say whine? Is this person whining me? But then with time, for sure it hits in your head and be like, what if this person is actually saying the truth? And then so in a way, it's more like the people you come to and the people you meet, they talk about it, and also you have to make a decision with yourself and be like, okay, I have to change this. I think those are the things that help me.
Yeah. So you said okay, positive mindset, then the circle of influence again. You said it is very, very, and I agree with you, very, very important. Very,
Yes.
very important. Yeah. So the next question I have for Dr. Williams, though she has said it somehow when she was answering the previous question. This is now breaking it down into steps. Like, how do you think parents, schools, community can support boys during adolescence, especially regarding puberty and body image? How can we support them? Parents, schools, community.
Okay, parents have this mindset that your child is different from you. Your child was not the way you were brought up is not the way you are going to bring up your own child. You are going to have a different because you want a better childhood for your child. So when your son is entering puberty, already start the discussion. The way you talk about girls, if you get pregnant, if you start seeing your period, you get pregnant. That is the same way you should start talking to the boys. Start telling him this is your penis. You would have wet dreams. You would have ejaculations, what they call sperm. You have
Yes.
air in your armpit. You're going to have deep voice. This is what's going to be. Your body is going to start changing. You will become bigger. You start having this thing like, I'm a boy. I'm changing. My body is getting bigger and all that. There's what they call manhood. So you're going from boyhood to adolescence, which has a lot of changes. Your hormones, when you see a girl, you have that rush of, oh, I like this person. Start talking about it. The way you are talking to a girl, the way you are so concerned about the girl and who she's going to marry, that is the same way you are going to be concerned about the boy. That is the same way you're going to pay attention. So the same way we are giving education, girl education, let us also do boy education like that at home. Encourage the child. Oh, mommy, and don't discriminate and say, boys are made for only hard work. What if the boy wants to cook? What if the boy wants to say, Mommy, I want to help you to clean? What if the boy says, Mommy, this is what I want to help you at the shop? What I want to do this. Encourage your children to do things that they want. Build on their skills, build on their confidence. If they do something nice, commend them. Don't just put praises. My boy, true son of his father. You're only boosting his ego. You're not telling him why you're praising him. So encourage your children. Oh, mommy, I can't do this thing. Try to do it. See the result. Talk to your child one to one. Schools should also break this stereotype. Boys don't cry. Boys don't show emotions. Health education needs to change. We need to change our curriculum. There's even the way you are so comfortable, so the way people come and gather the girls and talk, that is how people should gather the boys and talk.
Boys.
Encourage the boys to play with the girls, encourage them in a safe way. Girls are not only meant for sex, girls are not only meant to be liked. Girls are made for friendship. Girls can teach you. Girls can also be people you play with without any strings attached. Don't say, you are playing with this girl. You want to get her pregnant. You want to do this. Your money. No. Tell him, yes, so be careful. If you have some feelings about that's where guidance and counseling come. But I know we've
Easy.
heard a lot of things, we've changed a lot of things. So schools should give spaces where the boys are paid attention to talk about property, allow them to discuss. Don't just come and teach them this is what it is, this is what it is, and full stop. Let them ask questions. Same thing in the community using the religious organizations, break down the barriers. A man is a man. Once you are a man, you are a man. Once you start having deep voice, you are a man. No, tell them the challenges. As a man, you will go through a lot. You will make a lot of decisions. As a teen, you are deciding what career you want to go for, how you feel about yourself as a boy. What are you scared of as a boy? What is it that you say you are scared of? How do you handle your emotions when you see a girl and you feel like you like this girl? How do you imagine when you wake up and you have wet dreams? What do you think it's about? Explain it to the boy. What does he mean? How do you control it? A boy says, "Oh, I feel like I want to look at pornography." How do you manage it? That is where religious organizations, communities are saying, "Don't do like this. These are my challenges." Okay, the boy says, "What if I want to masturbate? What do I do?" So those are the topics because those are the curiosity they go outside and go and learn in a negative way. So let us start breaking it down and talking to them. Let's talk. How do you feel that you don't have muscles? What can I do to build muscles? What if I cannot build muscles? I can't have muscles like all those big guys I see. What if I don't have six pack? How do I do about it? So you put that confidence boost. You say, good boy. I like the way you smile. You smile so nicely. Don't say, boys don't smile. You have to be a man. Why are you smiling? Things like that. You need to encourage your children to you need to be the positive circle for them. Because
Yes.
if they are not the positive circle, the gangsters will be the positive circle for but see, if you don't take them, the street will help you to teach them. So a positive mindset. Parents have that. Your child is there, he's learning, doesn't know anything about manhood, doesn't know anything about teenagehood. That is why God gave us children to guide them. That is why children are in our communities for us to guide them. You've lived through that experience. So be ready to teach the children hand in hand. I made a mistake, but don't do like this. If you do like this, is what's going to happen. Show them the way. Don't leave them and say you're on your own. No, anything that
Mm.
wants to happen. Have conversations with them. So that's how I feel parents, schools, communities, every other person needs to be able to
Can
sort.
can help. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've said a lot of things there. Then I'll just add like starting early. Like we usually say when we talk about menstruation, you start
Yeah,
early. It's not too early. Don't say, okay, I'll wait till when it's 10 or 11. No. Start as early as when they can comprehend what you're talking about. And also be a positive, you said it, be a positive role model so that's okay. You too, you are looking at your body, you're appreciating yourself. Your son is seeing it, your daughter is saying, like, oh, mommy, oh, you are saying, oh, God created me beautifully. I'm smart, Let them see it as see you as a positive role model. So yes, with that, I will just ask Yezi the last question because now you are our youth representative. Oh. What do you think? Because we are talking as okay, you say okay, they are doctors, they are talking doctor thing. But now, as we've been there before, though we too have been there, but now talking as a non practitioner, what do you think parents, I want you to answer separately. Parents, schools, and community can do better for adolescent boys based on your experience. What do you think?
Um, I think for the parents, it boils down to communication, and then you have to talk. We have to have this conversation mostly. Be like the other for sure they've already gone through that process. You have to talk with this person, and when we are trying to talk about it, it has to be like in a don't try and side with a place and be like okay. Like you are talking to me like you want me to be this kind of, like for example in terms of body image. Don't don't talk to me about it and be like leaning towards this kind of actual image, because there if I can decide like why is she, why is it we always have this play like a way of like I kind of go against, I always try to think of the other side of what they are telling me and be like why are you actually coming from this angle. So when you're talking about it, you have to kind of balance. I be like just an idea like okay, what's this what what's this you are feeling. I noticed this about you. Do you want to talk about it or something like that? And even about that, you kind of give hints and just like to make you understand. Okay, there is actually this thing is normal. Because me personally, what happened was when I was noticing changes, I look out to people around me. Since I can't, I did not, nobody started the conversation, and I can't start the conversation. So I look out to outsiders like my friends or people I see outside and be like, it's like this person is also these changes.
Changes.
I saw it in someone. Okay, I also like okay, then I'm going to okay. That means it is actually probably is normal. So and as Dr. William said earlier, the way we guys boys or adolescents actually goes is like we look outside. Like for example, now when I was young, I had phone, so I'm always online. I see a lot of stores. I be like blah blah blah. I just go through it, go through it, go through it, and then a lot of links. That is the way we just jam into something. Then you do like so this is this. Nobody to talk. Nobody is actually noticing that. Like it's like this boy is staying long on his phone. Like this boy is doing this on his phone. So that kind of way is like, as she said, if you don't talk about it, then the outsiders or people outside will be the one to mold it. For example, now most of my stuff is from stuff I saw online. The way I think about some stuff and the way I just kind of control myself. Well, it's started from what I saw online or what I see other people, what I hear other people talking about outside. That's the way me I shape myself. So I think when it comes to parents and family, you have to find a way of talking about it for sure. Me, I'm sure that if my parents try to talk about it with me, it will be awkward. I'll feel awkward like but even till now, when my mom tries to talk about some stuff, I always kind of cover it. Maybe if she had started that earlier, I would have been comfortable with it. I don't know. But now, whenever she wants to talk about that kind of stuff, I'm like, mommy, leave that one, Jerry. Though I know that okay, it's a valid conversation, but just kind of cover it because so we have to make sure we are familiar with this kind of conversation from the very beginning. As I said, when we can comprehend it. Also, when it comes to school, there's school. I think school should be a way like for in secondary school, for in school we are more exposed. We meet a lot of people. I'm talking about secondary school. It comes down to like we meet more people, friends, boys and girls. So school should definitely be another very important way that kind of build up those stuff. Like school should allow those kind of conversation, talk to students about it. For example, now I'm sure there are still schools that section where boys sit and where girls sit.
Hmm.
So this kind of things like school should be more we are more exposed in school, like we see other stuff in school. So school definitely has a part to play in bringing it together, bringing both sides together, more conversation. I saw more girls in school. I had more conversation with girls in school than and we're at home because like there are more outsiders. So I started feeling I had the feeling like this is a girl when I was in school. At home I only have my sister and she's a sister like my sister. But in school I saw girls friends. I'd be like wow. So it's in school that I saw some friends. I'd be like so this guy is even bulky and we're in the same class. This guy has muscle. This guy is even violent in school. So school definitely has to find a way of controlling and putting more conscious in that kind of in the matter. And community, in from home then it moves to community because before I even go to school, I was in the community. So school was like yeah. So community, there are always people that talk. And I think more of sometimes to me, gonna say the comparison came more from community. The way they look at both sides and be like, the way community were the one that are doing. I hear like people be like, look at this boy to this boy, look at this one though. Community were even the one doing the comparison. Community, yeah, so I think there have to be an enlightenment in the community to talk about, like, probably people have to control the way they they react when they see, okay, this boy is changing, or this person, there's this boy, this blah blah blah. So it has to be, there has to be relearning. Yeah, I think that is just it. Everyone has to relearn the way they react to some stuff because it's somehow. I'm just walking on the street and someone is staring at me and be like, she, is this not that boy of yesterday? When did he go? Like, for sure, fine, you are talking about me, but then the way you are talking, I don't, it's somehow. It has to be. I think that's just it.
Yeah, you said a lot of things, and like it's as if you poured out your heart. Yeah, and I'm very happy. Like you were so unreserved about it, and we too we are listening, and we are going to incorporate. I'm sure Dr. Williams too is listening, and our viewers too are listening. And I really thank you for sharing
Okay.
that personal experience with us and what parents should do better, what the community should do better, and what schools should do better. And you said something invariably that's also that we don't pay attention to the fact that you said you spent a lot of time online trying to check for for information, and they weren't even noticing. And so that those are some of the things as parents that we don't even notice. Like our kids are just online for long hours. We don't even know what they are doing. At times they get exposed to a lot of things that are damaging, that could damage their future. So that too is very important. And I thank you so much. So on the last note, I'll just ask Dr. Williams the last question. What's your parting shot for boys and parents? Your parting shot.
Well, for my party shot for boys, as in, don't hesitate to talk to someone. Gone are the days where we keep everything to ourselves. Look for somebody who's trusted, that you feel that I can talk to this person, whether older, I talk to the person, find that person, or find that positive circle that will help you. That is my parting. Learn all the things that society has told you and forge ahead. Have a new growth mindset that can help you. And then for parents, for don't don't wait till the child is 17 before you start having that conversation, or when you think the child is right to start having a girlfriend. Start talking about it when they are able to comprehend. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, thank you both. Thank you. And I specifically want to thank Yezid. Like, and I'm sure Dr. Williams will appreciate you because it takes a lot of courage for you to come out and share, really. Because I'm not sure if I was your age, then they would tell me to come and share these things. I'm not sure I'll run away. But so I need to salute your courage. Thank you for because it's not just for sharing, also helping other boys who are listening to us to also want to, they would also benefit. Even if they are not willing to come online or to ask questions, they will also benefit. And our parents too are going to benefit. So I thank you so much for that. So once again, we talked about body image and self-esteem in adolescent boys because we realize that our society we think they are courageous, we think they are bold. So these are conversations we need to have as we are talking to girls, we are talking to boys, talking to girls, talking to boys. We are molding, nurturing, helping them to grow into responsible adults, to healthy adults, so that they can attain their life potential. So I really thank Yezid Olanose. He's a computer scientist and he's graduated from one of the top universities in Nigeria. So it's not just an anyhow, yeah, so it's not just anyhow youth though. Yeah, he finished from, yeah, I have to package you
I'm still an
because
undergraduate. I'm an
yeah, sorry,
undergraduate.
yes, University of Illinois, right?
Yeah, University of Learning.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I thank you so much, and I thank Dr. Williams, my
thank you.
personal person, my wafi mama. You know,
Ella,
my
no
hair,
worry.
I hello. Thank
We
you.
hear you. Thank you so much, yes,
So
this
for those that missed the
Thank you, man.
conversation
Thank you very
in
much.
the beginning, just just look at the recording later, and if you have questions for us, for Dr. Williams, for me, or yes, they just post us a question. So thank you for so much for those that joined us, and see you again next week. That'll be the last live chat before I go to sabbatical for July. So thank you, and God bless, and keep staying safe. COVID-19 is real. Stay safe and stick to government regulations and everything. Thank you, and see ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.